gonna say it. I feel like you even got some of the baddest people who got 100 followers. You got some of the ugliest people who got 28.k followers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm not one of the people that go by follower counts and clout. I like to pick and choose people based off their loyalty, their hard work, their ethic, you know, their morals, and what they can bring to the table and what I can bring them. It's not always one-sided. Oh, she's bringing me this, he's bringing me this. No, how can we work together?
How can I help you?
Can I help you help me? How can you help me help you? So, you know, it's giving them an opportunity to put themselves on as well.
And that goes right back to what I was going to say previously, was that, you know, you have to understand that if dealing with me, if you want to do something or you need my help to help you build or whatever you got going on, I got to know that you have a plan. I got to know that you know.
I don't even want nothing from you. I just want to make sure your head is on straight.
To help you. And
right.
once I can figure out what I can do to help you, then it's easy for me to be like, okay, I can put you in this position. I can put you in this position. But like you said, the better wording. See, how I just said that, a lot of people be like, so what you mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? But you got to understand, sometimes you don't start off being the quarterback.
Of course, you have to work your way up sometimes.
You have to work your way up to that position.
But sometimes it can be hard because you do have certain people who want to eat off of you.
Yeah.
So when in that
how do you
instance,
weed that out though?
Okay, how I will weed it out is, first you have to give certain people certain roles, or don't allow people to overstep their boundaries. If you're the CEO, you have to put your foot down and know you are the boss. You're not saying you have to come off rude, aggressive, and be like, you can't do that because I said so. Like, you know what I mean? But it's always, not what you say is how you say it, like we always say. So if I have somebody who I feel like, oh, they trying to do this, eat off me, first I'll be like, okay, well, let's see how we can help each other. And if us trying to help each other isn't working, if it's more so me always helping you, I mean, I have no problem helping people get where they want to be, eat or nothing. But at the same time, you have to be bringing me a little something in return. You know what I mean? And I understand it's not necessarily going to be like that always, but if you primarily always like, I need you to bring something to the table because I'm over here getting all these scratches and ain't nothing to show for it, or it's nothing, you know, worth those scars. So yeah, you just have to, I'm gonna say, weed them out by slowly taking away certain things that you might tell them. See how they react to just playing a specific role that you give them. And if you know that role is good for them, that'll help you and them, but they steady trying to do something else, then maybe you just need to let that person do their own thing. But,
I was just about to say, I tell you to stick to the plan. Just stick to whatever plan that you done set for yourself. Y'all don't really understand how important having a plan is.
No, for real.
But I'm saying, I would tell you to stick to the plan, because what I always learned, and even with me starting my business and even with me learning how to run a business, I learned that the weak is gonna weave themselves out.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? Because if you giving them, you know, what they ask
all
for,
the tools
to
and resources, and they're not utilizing it,
then what can you do with that? You see what I'm saying? So my thing
but
is,
then there are some people who will try to beat you to the punch, if that makes sense.
Yeah, if you give them too much.
If you give them too much. So that also does mean, like, not saying be selfish or stingy, because I don't want to permit that, because you know exactly, it's okay to give game, but you have to know how to limit how much you giving out at a certain time too, because I feel like if you really want to eat and grow, personally, I feel like an individual who really wants to grow on their own and evolve, they'll do enough research they damn self
to find it out.
They're not gonna want to ask and, hey, where you get this? Hey, what's that?
Yeah.
Hey, can I have a bite?
Yeah.
Can I have a bite of that too?
Yeah.
Can I have a bite of that too? And can I have a bite of that too? I almost bust my ass in the studio. But you know what I mean? For real. I feel like you just got to be careful of those people, because you might be thinking, okay, yeah, I'm helping this person, but then next thing you know, you turn around, they got your whole game plan, this from start to finish, and then try to put their name on it. You know what I mean?
But you gotta
so you just got to be careful, like, not saying not to give out free game, but you got to limit how much. And you also have to make sure them people are willing to work for their damn self, because I'm not going to make your plate the whole time, and I bring my plate, and it's clean.
And there ain't no leftover. I mean, you see what I'm saying?
Where my mashed potatoes? I want some gravy too.
The most important thing with that is, is to be, you know what I'm saying? You want to join in?
He got a little something to say.
Something. Hey, but this is what I was going to say. The most important thing when you starting off your own business is you got to become a student of that whatever it is that you're trying to do. First, become a student.
Learn it,
study. So that way, when you do go asking people for questions and things like that, it'll be easy for, you know what I'm saying, for you to take whatever it is.
I can't hear this much.
I don't know what's going on, bro. It'll be easy for you to take game, but it also will be better for you to know, okay, I read up on this. I know what this say. I know what this say. And I
so
know
then that way, if somebody does send you the wrong way. You can know how to reroute yourself or to make sure you go the right path. So yeah, it's just most definitely important to make sure you keep your circle, I ain't gonna say small, because you can have a big team, but you just have to make sure those people are reliable. If they can rely on you, you need to be able to rely on them.
Most definitely. And if you got any snakes in your circle,
cut the motherfucking grass. And I said it.
if you got any snakes in your circle,
walk a flock of flame.
Yeah, but listen,
y'all ain't speaking nothing but truth up in here.
we have
That's all we talk about.
at the table talking about this entrepreneurship.
Yes, sir. Mr. CJ himself. What is your opinion?
What is your opinion?
Man, y'all hit it. Y'all hit it, man. I mean, you just talk about communication and trust and building your team. Yeah. And you know, y'all both know that's what I've been trying to do. So, So
and we done found we've went through everything raw and uncut. He don't mind asking questions. We don't mind asking questions. Okay. Some people are afraid to get certain feedback that's either negative or positive.
No, for sure.
I feel like because that can be discouraging, because if you hear somebody tell you to your face, and I don't like that, you can be like, damn, well, bitch, my shit suck. Like, you have to use that as, okay, why don't you like it? Don't take it personal. Just be like, okay, what can I do better? What is something that you would change? Okay. And even if y'all are two different people, if you feel like what they are pinpointing out is way different from your vision, then that'll let you know, okay, well, that ain't even what I was talking about. But be open, because if they are pinpointing something that you may be missing, then that might be a slight difference in the next time you do something. You could try it just to see if it works, and then if it works, no hard feelings. Shit, that's out the window. But trial and error.
You got to remember too, again, everybody
don't want to see you win. That's true. And that's why I said you have to try, and if it works out for you, cool. But if not, okay, well, I tried with your tactic, it didn't work. Nothing wrong with it. On to the next.
But what we said earlier, without commitment, you'll never be able to start.
Exactly.
So the hardest thing is just starting.
And what I said as well, failure. A lot of people fail and they don't want to get back up. You have to fall. I done learned riding a bike. If y'all look at my knees playing basketball too, I was the roughest player. I'm MVP. Hey, time bear. Okay. I'm gonna get rough on them. Not playing, but for real, like, I know what it takes to keep going until I make it to where I want to be. I know it's not gonna be easy. Nothing's gonna be easy, y'all. It's a marathon. Nipsey said it best himself. It's what you do to get to that point. The way you learn how to react to the things that don't work out in your favor.
And see, people so afraid of showing their emotions, man. That's one.
That's
thing
what helps you learn yourself. Learn how to, maneuver.
Anything that you're going through, anything that you're trying to do, anything you're trying to build, or whatever life it is, whatever you're trying to do, you have to go through every emotions
in order to know how to deal with it.
If you're trying to build something, if you're trying to get to the next level in your life, you got to go through every emotion.
And can I add something to that?
Go ahead.
You have to go through every emotion, and I also want to start permitting to people that you don't have to drink or smoke in order to numb the pain or the emotions. And I say that because I can even speak from myself. I'm not saying I'm innocent, because I ain't. But I notice, like, that's something that's making me want to change my ways, is the way I see how certain family members cope when they're depressed, when they're sad, when they can't pay a bill, when they, get let off a job. It's the way you handle these things, y'all. You have to learn how to deal with these emotions clearly and without being high, without being intoxicated, because if you don't, then when you are sober, your body's not going to know how to react. You're not going to know how to react. You're going to feel overwhelmed. You're going to feel like, dang, I don't know what, you just have to learn to accept those emotions, take it for what it is, wipe your tears. Next step, it might hurt at that moment, but at least you now know how you feel, how to handle it, what you can maybe do to prevent that. But if you're always trying to cope with something else, you're never going to fully heal in a healthy way.
I mean, there's an element of trust to it too. Everything starts small, like Playhouse, Day Late, all of it.
That's true.
It all starts small, so you got to get people around you that trust you, that are gonna, hang on, hang on.
They're not gonna judge you for being, because we all have our ups and downs, and that is something that I do dislike. And I ain't gonna say the black community, but it's everywhere. Shoot, it could be white, purple, yellow. I feel like it may depends on the gender, though, of course, because some people put it on others like, oh, well, if you acting like this, then I ain't gonna want to talk to you because you're showing your emotions. But me personally, if somebody was to pour their emotions out to me, it'll let me know how that person really feels, because there's not too many people nowadays who are raw and authentic when it comes to how they feel. You know what I mean?
I mean,
everybody trying to, have that hard shell like they Larry the Lobster.
we so used to fakeness trying to be real.
Well, you got to think about it this way too.
Say it again.
You know,
we too used to fakeness being real. You got to understand. But I try to tell
nobody
people
perfect,
all the time, bro. If that's who you got to trust people to be who they are, but just know that you are able to see them well. DMX said it like when he said it, it was the truth.
Yeah.
You gotta trust a snake to be a snake. You gotta trust a cheater to be a cheater. You gotta trust a backstabber to be a backstabber. That's who they are. But you just gotta believe that you can see them well. So when it happens, it's not
you'll know
like,
when to.
You know what I'm saying? It caught me off guard.
Right.
I can. What we said the last episode, I fall back on my pivot because now I know how to react to it. That's the same thing in business. I got a partner. He tells me all the time. Bro, when you doing your business, you gotta stop thinking like you in the streets, bro. You gotta. And I tell him, I say, man, you might be right. I say, but the way that I think has got me to this point. You see what I'm saying? And it's not because I'm thinking like, oh, everybody's out to get me. It's just me thinking
You're protecting yourself.
I know I can't trust you. You know what I'm saying? I know you don't have the best, you know what I'm saying, intentions on what I'm trying to do. But that's why I say you have to be able to be okay with being a receiver, with being a shooting guard, with being a center until your time
until you
comes.
get me.
You see what I'm saying?
Me.
Because it's so much that you have to learn before you be able to take the seat. But see, that's what
true.
people get it twisted.
No, they think they can just do everything everybody else do and it's gonna pop the same way. I can see CJ with this Polaroid hat on and be like, I'm finna start some Pennyroid hats. Fucking talking about, and I'm like, even though he wearing a hat, I'm gonna make it look cleaner. You know, then boom, all of a sudden I buy all these hats.
I mean, look, you got to think about it this way too. Everybody's gonna want to be around you when you're up and you're doing good and you're successful.
Clout. They chasing that clout.
But the way you know who's around you when you're not doing good,
who stood there,
who's around you when you're low.
Yeah,
you know
I can make us
see who's around you when you're not as successful. When you're
day by day productions.
When you starting up, when you starting up. Who's around?
We got this out the mud. It ain't kind of easy. And I want all y'all who was at the meet in the stable. Y'all was at.
Who's around you then? Because that's who you know.
Who's gonna really be there?
Woo!
But my thing is, and I'm gonna tell anybody, man, there's anybody that's trying to start something again. If you're trying to follow your passion, if you got something that you're trying to do, you're trying to build your brand, you're trying to build your whatever it is.
Take it from 3 people that know.
For sure. You're gonna go through hard times.
Even when you think you got to figure it out, it's always gonna be something that's gonna
a loop.
If you think you know,
you don't know.
You don't know.
But the thing of it is again, don't be afraid to ask the questions.
Right.
But you also you can't be afraid to walk in that darkness by yourself.
You can't. Because at the end of that tunnel, baby, and sometimes people don't realize as well. Like I was just gonna say with the little scenario, let's say just because I sold hats, just because CJ did it, that doesn't necessarily mean my hats are gonna pop off and sell in the first day. It might take me 5 months to sell 5 hats, and CJ done flip 5 in 2 days. So just because somebody else doing it does not always necessarily mean.
I'm gonna stay out the merch game.
Right.
I'm gonna stay out the merch game, OG. I'm gonna leave that one to you.
It's fine. It's just everybody just have to add their own twist. They just have to realize you can't try to do. Not saying you can't do what everybody else is doing, because everybody can do what they do, but do it in their own way. But don't try to take everybody's whole sauce and just take off the stitches and.
You gotta
find
your own.
For real.
And you can't keep looking to other people to define what you need
to be.
Because
it might not even work out for you. Because that might not be your dream. You taking her dream and trying to live it. Now you unhappy.
The only person that can define you
is you. No cap.
That's it.
Wow. You.
No cap. But see, that's the thing, because a lot of people, and a lot of people be like, well, I had this idea and I want to do this, but I don't know what I need to do to take.
Write it out.
Right. There you go. You see what I'm saying? But it's hard. You see what I'm saying?
No,
it's not easy.
It is.
It makes you
it's
sit
not
down
easy.
And you really have to think.
And then people like, where do I even start? What do I, like, once you do your research, you'll figure it out.
Figure it out. That's why I say
especially if it's meant for you. God is going to align everything that you need, the resources, the tools, even if it's ideas. That's why I really call myself like a artistic creative. Like, I'm really like a genius, because for one, no, for real, because your girl don't sleep at night, and when I do
sleep, I'm right there with you.
That's what I was gonna say. Most of my creative ideas come out at 3 in the morning.
That was a 3 o'clock in the morning idea. We just did it last week.
I was just about to ask both of y'all that. With y'all being up, I call y'all night crawlers. With y'all being night crawlers.
Night crawler.
And your ideas be flowing and things. How do you just like get yourself to sit down and just let it process. Well, by the way y'all both looking, I guess y'all ain't got to the
personally
point.
I'm gonna say I haven't found
I go till I crash.
no, for real, literally.